Time travel has fascinated us for centuries. From H.G. Wells' iconic novel The Time Machine to modern films like Interstellar and Tenet, the idea of traveling across time has captured the imaginations of people all around the world. But there's a question that keeps coming up. If time travel will be possible in the future, why hasn't anyone from the future visited us? With so many catastrophic events in history, wouldn't they have stepped in to help? Let's explore some of the most intriguing theories that attempt to answer this age-old question. What happens if you travel back in time and prevent your own grandfather from meeting your grandmother? If you did that, you wouldn't be born, but then how could you have traveled back in time in the first place? Some argue that if time travelers from the future tried to change the past, whether to stop catastrophic events like wars or natural disasters, they would risk altering the timeline in ways that could erase their own existence. If they saved humanity in one timeline, that future might no longer exist. So perhaps no one from the future is visiting us because the consequences of meddling with the past are just too dangerous. Another theory that attempts to explain the lack of time travelers is the multiverse theory. According to this idea, every decision and event creates a new parallel universe. So, if someone from the future were to travel back in time to prevent a disaster, say, to stop a world war or reverse climate change, they wouldn't change their own timeline, but rather create a new, alternate one. In this case, the reason we haven't met time travelers from the future is because they may have traveled to other universes or timelines that are distinct from our own. Their actions wouldn't affect us directly, but would instead influence other parallel realities. It's possible that every time someone tries to fix something in the past, they're just creating a new branch in the multiverse, while our timeline remains untouched. One of the more scientific theories that could explain the lack of time travelers is the cosmic censorship hypothesis, an idea first proposed by the famous physicist Roger Penrose. According to this theory, the universe might have built-in safeguards that prevent certain types of information, like messages from the future or time travelers themselves, from reaching the past. These cosmic safeguards could be similar to the event horizons around black holes, which prevent any information from escaping. In the same way, time travel might be restricted by the very laws of physics. If cosmic censorship is real, it's possible that time travelers from the future simply can't reach us because the universe forbids it. Essentially, the fabric of reality could be designed to protect the timeline from interference. Another theory to consider is that time travel may only be possible going forward in time, not backward. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time dilation occurs at extreme speeds, meaning that if you travel close to the speed of light, time will slow down for you relative to someone else. In this way, you could technically travel into the future, but not into the past. If this is the case, it would explain why no one from the future has visited us. They simply can't go back. Time travel into the past might be fundamentally impossible, no matter how advanced future technology becomes. So, while it's possible to imagine people from our time visiting the future, we may never meet anyone from the future coming back to our present. Physicist Stephen Hawking proposed a fascinating idea called the chronology protection conjecture. According to this concept, the laws of physics may actively prevent time travel to the past in order to preserve the consistency of history. In simple terms, the universe itself might protect the timeline from being altered. Hawking's conjecture suggests that if anyone tried to build a time machine to travel to the past, the very nature of the universe would stop them, either through massive energy requirements, instability, or even the destruction of the time machine itself. This self-preservation of the timeline could be why we've never seen visitors from the future. The laws of nature simply won't allow it. Here's a more lighthearted theory. Maybe no one from the future is visiting us because we're just not that interesting. In the grand scheme of things, the 21st century might be seen as a relatively minor blip in the timeline. Perhaps future civilizations have developed the ability to travel through time, but they're more interested in witnessing significant moments like the construction of the pyramids or the fall of the Roman Empire. It's possible that from the future's perspective, our era doesn't have enough monumental events worth intervening in. Or perhaps they've already witnessed it all through other means, and there's no need for direct contact. We might just be another chapter in history they're not overly concerned about. What if time travelers from the future are already here, but they're hiding in plain sight? Some believe that future time travelers may be blending into our society, observing events without interfering. Maybe they're under strict orders not to reveal themselves, or perhaps they're studying us for reasons we can't even comprehend. It's possible that future travelers have developed such advanced technology that they can remain invisible, undetectable, or simply choose to observe our timeline without making their presence known. Could it be that they're watching us right now, waiting for the right moment to step in? So, what do you think? If time travel is possible in the future, why hasn't anyone from the future reached out to us? Is it because of paradoxes, alternate realities, or perhaps cosmic laws preventing interference? Let us know your theories in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with more mind-bending videos like this one.